I grew up in Altadena, Pasadena. I went to Wilson and PHS, but my whole Wilson and first 2 years of PHS experience were homeless. So Mikala caught me right at that moment where it was like I could have been a dropout. I was already working, making money, and I was like, school really ain't that important. I was already on that mindset, like I don't agree with what they're teaching me, and I'm not learning anything. So what's the point of school? I was like, I have a couch. Sure. Come to my couch. Yeah. There's no reason you don't have a place to do homework. Right. You should go to school, you should finish. And she motivated me. So my senior year, her sister Terry, another amazing person, was like, hey, I got a whole basement. It's got a bathroom, it's got a bed. Take it. Right. So my whole senior year, I worked, I had a place to study. I was like thriving at that point, productive. I bought a car. And so after high school, I went off and I worked for, the first job I could get was an airline. And I was out on the ramp working. And Mikala told me, hey, I'm starting a school for kids like you. And I was like, that sounds really, really cool. That same week, I got fired from the airport. Out in LA, I'm driving those tugs, I'm going too fast, right? I'm like, man, that's crazy timing. Mikala told me she's starting school. Let me call her again and tell her I want to be a part of it. I called Mikala and we ran with it. I went to the board with her, we petitioned, we recruited students. That was in the initial phase of everything, getting the teachers hired and figuring out what a role of a chaser was, because that was my initial role. When I left to pursue just more money, pretty much, and I was working retail and getting commission, I felt that void that was missing, because I was like, I really enjoyed helping all the students and helping their parents and, you know, people's grandparents. They recognized me in the streets. And so fast forward 8 years later, when I decided to start Coffee Cart Boys, I had that in mind. It's like, how can I start a business that helps people so we can source coffee from high ethical labor standard farms and make sure that the laborers get paid higher wages. And so the opportunity to give back, uplift, is how Coffee Cart Boys was created. And so Learning was just the easy first choice for us to partner with, as far as like, what nonprofits do we know? I know a great one, Learning Works. And yeah, it's been a beautiful partnership since, and I'm just gonna start asking the most talented people I know if they want to be a part of this. And Sean and Julian were two of the most talented people I knew at Nordstrom, and they came along for the ride, and they're minority owners. I'm the founder, and then Rafa, who I used to work with here, is our logistics director, and he was actually a student here too. And so it's really cool to see him go from student to entrepreneur, and he is the ownership in his body shop too. And it's just like, wow, it's all kind of really came together pretty easily, which like solidified the choice for me. It's like, it's an easy decision now. Everything is kind of falling into place. So maybe this is my calling. And so I saw that window of opportunity after COVID, because it was like, work for someone else and possibly be furloughed and be treated like a pawn and don't feel like you matter, or raise your ceilings, work for yourself, and if you do really well for yourself, you're gonna do really well.